And today we are in conversation with Isha, who's written a beautiful book called The Talk Between You and Them. So, Isha, it's a very unique title. Uh, the book, seems to be very interesting. Uh, I would want to understand about your book, but before that, I would like you to introduce yourself, talk about yourself, tell us your hobbies and passion, and then also take us through the book journey. Over to you, Isha.
Okay, so first of all, I'm really thankful to Bright Publish because I had stopped writing for since I entered college. I am in my second year and I had stopped writing. And as soon as I got this book, I was like, we have to write it because in a book, especially when there's a competition, there's a lot of pressure on you that we have to complete it on time or else we'll go out in the competition. And about the hobbies, being a kid, I never liked to play. I could not play basically, and how writing became, I won't say that it was my hobby or I never wanted to be a writer, but I did not knew at the first go that I could actually be a writer. So my name is Isha and I'm doing English honors from Miranda House, University of Delhi. I'm currently in my second year. To begin with, I was in class 8th, and even today, I'm actually a very emotional person by heart. Like, I cry very easily. The difference now and then is that at that time I didn't knew actually when to cry, कब रोना चाहिए, कहीं भी रो जाती थी. But now I have my own personal spaces. So I went to the counselor. Very simple petty instance happened. We were given a holiday homework. You have to write 10 poems for the school magazine. The thing is, maybe the teacher might be intentionally or unintentionally angry, and she just said, you have written too many poems, Isha, and they don't seem to be original. That touched my heart. Conversed with my counselor. She actually flipped the pages of the holiday homework and she said to me, Isha, why don't you write? Next time, in this is all out of the counseling session, like towards the end when we meet. Next time I went to her, she was going on 1 year leave, and I told her we met, and she said, I had to scribble out poems for her and give it every day. I had to give a paper to her that this is my poem of the day. And then she said, Isha, do you actually read what you write? I hate reading novels. I only like short stories and poems. She read out two lines to me. One, in one of the poems I mentioned, I believe, and second, I had to write how my day had been. So I wrote, today was a sad day, but it's okay. Then she made me realize that there is some potential in me to be a writer. This is how writing actually became my hobby. Then again, I left school, I changed school, I entered DAV Shrestha VR. And then library, of course, if I don't like novels, library was a period like to jaldi se khatam ho time kind of a period. But then online classes came, pandemic came around, and library's perception also changed. Our librarian, I still remember her name, Mrs. Manavta Azad. She was very kind-hearted person, and she used to tell success stories. I already told you that I actually love success stories and short stories because they get over early. And in short, they describe the whole scene in a manner that's unbelievable. She did was she brought out success stories to us, and then once she said, those who would be regular, I'll be getting their poems published in the newspaper. And she always encouraged me actually that, Isha, you have to write. Don't worry, I'll get the newspaper. I was scrolling down my phone one day, and it was 22nd August 2023. A kid who has never got even a single poem published previously, no appreciations for a poem, gets it on 2 times of India student edition, and that was a big day for me. From then on, I drafted a book on emotions, expressions, and experiences where I want specific poems from my journal to be read, to be understood. And then, coming slowly and gradually, I've come here to publish my first book, A Talk Between You and Them.
That's quite a journey of becoming a author. So tell me one thing, Isha, that selecting a book, uh, also writing a story. How do you start? I mean, from a writer's perspective, like because you shared your personal journey where you were not initially encouraged to do till you found someone who encouraged you. So I believe there are many people who they don't start the journey because either we take writing to be the perfect thing. We always want a book to be perfect, right? So many a times I've seen people start writing and they give up. So what exactly becomes a hurdle in completing a book, or uh, completing your work or confidently putting it out to the world?
Yeah, the major thing we require is a motivation. And here I really appreciate how Bry Publish has organized me. I had completed 40 pages. As I already told you, I don't like writing long things. But I had completed my 40 pages and it had been like 15 days. And 15 days were left for the deadline until and unless it was extended. And every week I open my phone and Bry Publish notification pops out. Isha, it's only 6 days left. Isha, your authors are getting published. So there's this motivation that they are doing, and why not us? Again, there's also a self appreciation which is required. I never show that collection of poetry of mine to anyone, but I just read through it. And anyone means anyone, it is kept locked secretly. No one in my family can touch it. Yeah, but the thing is, you need a self appreciation. If nobody in the world requires or needs your poetry, I myself have only one sale of the book, but then you should appreciate yourself that you have at least written it. Then there's also motivation. You have to, you don't require a person, you first of all require yourself, then comes your friends, family who motivate you. For me, it was my friend. She was actually writing a book, Charu, I think, yeah, Charu or Rebel. And she was like, Isha, तुम देख लो, आई हैव कंप्लीटेड माई 80 पेजेस, तुम देख लो, मेरा हो जाएगा, तुम्हारा नहीं होगा फिर. एंड एवरी डे आई हैड दी सेम थॉट्स. द हर्डल हियर इज दैट in today's world, everybody wants to do what they don't like. They need money. Like, I am doing an internship, I have to give tests, I have to be the best in the world, but we are actually forgetting our hobbies, which I did up till my 2 years of college life. I'm only focusing on internship, I'm only focusing on test. And what my friend used to do is, ईशा तू देख ले, फिर तेरा नहीं होगा, मैंने 80 पेजेस कंप्लीट कर लिए और मैं पब्लिश कराने जा रही हूँ. सो आई वाज लाइक, यार करना पड़ेगा. फिर the thing is, I left my internship work. I didn't leave it. I just tried to manage things up. छोड़ो टेस्ट, I was like छोड़ो टेस्ट बाद में दे दूंगी. And I just scribbled it out. Thankfully, the deadline got extended and the new indication came कि अब तो करना ही है. We have to do it. This is all the motivation hurdles to come, but we need a intrinsic as well as and support.
So let's talk about your book. What made you choose a title like that? It's a very unique title.
As I already mentioned that I don't really like novels, but at that time I was reading Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, as I am a English honor student. What she did was, she was also somewhat describing her own autobiographical experiences through uh, different perspective. Not all were autobiographical, but yeah, she was like, reader, I'm married. Reader, basically, I thought that she's not informing me that this is my life. जाओ जाकर पढ़ लो. But she was bringing me into the story, that you are a part of the story. And that is why I realized that first thing, it should not be, when it is communication, it should not be like, if you don't, when two people are communicating, they should not be informing each other. There has to be a talk, and this talk is everywhere. Each moment I discuss, I bring my reader inside. That, reader, tell me, if you are standing here or at any place, will you not do the same thing? So that she or he builds a connection with me. Now it's up to him or her that he or she may agree, or he or me she may not disagree. And particularly when this book is about our parents, it is very important, इट इज वेरी सिंपल टू से दैट उनके टाइम पे टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी, या उनके टाइम पे उतना था नहीं ये रिसोर्सेज, बट इट इज टफ। हमारे टाइम पे कंपटीशन बढ़ गया है, हमारे टाइम पे बहुत कुछ बढ़ गया है, जिसकी वजह से एंजाइटी दोनों साइड्स है। बट हमको लगता है कि वो समझेंगे नहीं, तो वही चीज है कि दे आर इन्फॉर्मिंग, वी आर डूइंग, बट वो टॉक लैक कर रही है दोनों साइड से। सो आई वांट कि उनकी लाइफ में सिमिलैरिटीज बिल्ड करके you should have a talk rather than just informing, like a child, as a child, मैं ये करना चाह रहा हूँ, पूछ के तो देखो, let's have a talk, that is my point.
Wonderful. I think it is something which is so much happening in society. There is a complete wide gap between the parent and the child, especially when they are entering youth. The child feels they're not going to be. Sometimes they feel they can't understand. Sometimes they come with this apathy that they already are dealing with so many things as parents. They're providing us and everything. And if I kind of go to them and talk about this, probably they might not be able to handle it, you know. So it's a very wonderful topic that you picked up and well written. Tell me one message that you would want the reader to take from this book.
I just want the reader, this is especially for me myself, that you once just go through the life of your parents, so you'll understand कि उतना difference नहीं है. Even today, suppose when in my story Git was getting married, she made a road that मुझे नहीं करनी है, because there's this anxiety, I will have to leave my room, I will have to leave all the places which I lived, and I'm completely going to the new house. You tell me that even today that anxiety will exist. So I just want the readers that similarities hai, you need to go and talk. Even I had stopped talking about things. See, when we are doing an internship, I was doing an internship and I had to change to some other company, but they were not paying me much. But actually, I liked the idea behind that. So I certainly, my parents someday denied that you can't do this, because maybe they were busy. They just denied without any reason. So the next step I did was I stopped asking them. I was selected somewhere, I stopped asking them कि ये तो मना ही करेंगे. So there's that gap of communication, I believe, that even I have not completely bridged, but I also want the readers that you should also bridge it. And second thing, I know it's not a very model thing, but the thing is, if you want to reduce anxiety, stress, the best thing is go and cook. Because there are a lot of instances in my story that ask you to go and cook. This generates that you have done something. There's a muscular energy, because when you cook yourself, the worst food will seem to be the most delicious to you. And that is what I want. Find your own ways to, overcome your anxiety and communicate with others. You can't just sit in a private space and keep on doing nothing. That is my.
Wonderful. It was really so interesting to talk to you, understand about your book, your personal journey, and I really wish you all the best and many congratulations on your published book. You want to say something, Isha?
Yeah. The only thing is, I'm really thankful to Bright Publish, because the thing is, you created it a competition, but somewhat it appears that you have those bits and pieces you're giving appreciation. And every week I open my phone, I get a certificate. Then I get a rollout message on Isha, we have a trophy for you. Please fill the address. And I am eagerly waiting that new competitions arise. Then we had this podcast talk, and now I don't know where it is going to go. Then I read somewhere it only it will be featuring us on Disney Hotstar as well. And I'm so excited about that. These appreciations, they actually help me to write. And I'm back in it's some what I feel is that I'm back in my own world where I move this pen, even if you're not doing anything. You believe this hand is enough to define you.
So the motto of Republish is to uh, help people take the journey of writing uh, more like their second nature. Uh, Something we always believe that writing is only done by writers. So we always have this notion where we feel somebody is born with flair for writing, or someone is a born writer. So the idea here is that there is so much of talent, there is so much of expression that is lying out there. It's just that writing and getting your book published is a huge journey for a writer, and especially for a young writer, first time writers. So the motto is to have people break that notion, come express themselves. It's a easy platform for you to write, publish, and sell your book. So we are keeping up to our values, and thank you so much that you have taken participation in this youth festival for writing, and you even got a jury award for your book. So many congratulations, and all the best for your writing journey. Thank you, Isha, for
Thank you
today's
so much.
conversation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.